Like, this guy is completely different. What the heck? He's like Tommy Bahama. Like, I don't know what's going on. But whoever did the mocap for, like, the movement did an amazing job. Nunchucks is my specialty weapon, and it's what I used to compete with. So I get really excited when people do nunchucks right, like, in video games. Whoa, that's a dope weapon. Woof. Is that a broom? What is that? That looks like what my mom used to beat my ass with. Oh, man. Okay, cool. Woof! These are some really cool weapon transitions. That actually legit looks like a broom. Dude, that's crazy. Cleaning house. You dirty boy. It's actually really cool to see. I feel like a lot of fighting games are going to be like hand-on-hand combat. So to see a lot of like just the mixture of weapons and the variety of weapons is really cool. The angles in which they're taking are super dynamic. We're seeing a lot of like diagonal slashes, which is great for, you know, to watch and to play because it's easier to read. Oh, those nunchucks! Cool! The person who actually did the mocap for that actually knows, like, fighting nunchuck style. A mixture of styles. Like, we're seeing a lot of wushu, but then you know, like, when she's holding katana, we're seeing some katana techniques, some kung fu styles in here. Really cool. And even when she's using a fan, very, like, wushu style. The nunchuck, very Japanese style. It's very cool. Like, a good blend. It all goes really well together. What is he fighting? What is going on? Ice, ice, baby. I like the ponytail, though. Giving me some Final Fantasy vibes. Loving it. It's moving very fast. Which is, like, you know, which is cool, but, you know, as a performer, as a mocap performer, I'm like, oh, you should, like, show the movement more. Especially when you add all the special effects and stuff, sometimes, like, the movement can get lost. So, is this, like, a very, like, weapons-heavy-based game? Because I am loving, like, I haven't seen much hand-to-hand combat, which is really cool. I mean, this is a very, like, ninjutsu style, the type of weapons they would have used back then, which is really interesting. Ooh, incredible. Yeah, but whoever did the mocap for, like, the movement is, you know, or the animators did an amazing job of just, like, how the character flies and moves, closes the distance between his opponents and stuff. Like, it all looks super dynamic. The way he runs. It doesn't look, you know, sometimes when you watch a video game, you're like, that looks weird. Like, that's not how the human body works. But even when he's doing these, like, high jumps into flips, into, like, pulling his sword out and slashing and stuff, doing unrealistic things, but his body looks very natural doing it. So that's a really good job with the movement. The hair is on point. Yeah, they each have, like, really cool, like, aesthetic, like, design, and really unique weapons. Like, this guy is completely different. What the heck? He's like Tommy Bahama. Like, I don't know what's going on. Little pole vaulting. Oh, like a dragon bow. That's cool. This looks like some bow staff mixed with like a spear, but rather than a spear at the end of it, it's like a ball, like a magical ball of some sort. But it's interesting because it has like a little red like ribbon or something tied to the like a tassel, which is kind of similar to the spear, like in wushu. The red is meant to kind of like distract as your, you know, the opponent will be looking at the red ribbon and not at the spear, so it's interesting. They incorporated, like, you know, across a lot of different weapons. Yeah, they incorporated, like, characteristic of one real weapon used in martial arts onto, like, their imaginary weapons, so that's cool. Yeah, ninjutsu. Is there no sound on this, or is he just a really good ninja? Like, dang. I don't know, I hear something, yeah. He was just really stealth. Cool. Is he using a spear? Sick! A little Batman action. I like how they all have, like, a variation of, like, a bow and arrow. The design is so cool. Yeah, son! Yeah, for those of you who don't know, nunchucks is my specialty weapon, and it's what I used to compete with. So I get really excited when people do nunchucks right, like in video games. Man, this must be such a fun game to play. Like, it's fun to watch. It's just so cool that there's so many different like actions that you can do. I mean, like switching between weapons, flying through the air, and being Batman, sneaking around, slashing people. I love how the sword proportions are all so long too. It's like very Final Fantasy, you know what I mean? If you were actually carrying that in a sheath, like running around, it would just be dragging on the ground, like it'd be so long. But it looks great. There's that feather duster thing. Whoa! What's happening? Oh my gosh! Is this like one-on-one, or is this like last man standing type situation? You know, I love that they all run like ninjas. It's so cool. I wish I could dash like that. Ooh, cool! Even though it's so fantastical, like it looks very natural. Because even they cut like the way their body is off, the weight offset, and they jump when they move when they fly. It's like watching realistic anime. It's cool. I like the quick flurry of the cuts all look so clean and powerful. Sick. That was awesome. Oh man, there's so much happening. My eyes were like I was like overload. That was really awesome. That is it for Naraka Bladepoint. There was a lot to review and watch and see. I really enjoyed seeing the costume design, the body mechanics, the weapons were really, really cool. Probably one of my favorite things about it. You don't see a lot of like really unique weapons that are based in real weaponry and martial arts, especially when it's kind of like fantastical type of video game, you know, when you have like all kinds of magical spells and things like that. The movement was really awesome, the way they would dash, the way they would jump, the way they would flip. We got a lot of different mixed styles in there, but mainly I saw like a lot of ninjutsu, some wushu, like kung fu influences, and the hairography was so good. All of it together, I really enjoyed the design, the game design, the fighting styles, and yeah, thank you for suggesting this game. It looks like a ton of fun to play. There's so many actions that you could do, and definitely highly recommend. I'm gonna have to check it out. And that is a wrap for Naraka Bladepoint. If you want to see videos like this, make sure you check out Gameology's Facebook and YouTube page. And you can find me on my socials at Gemma Store on Instagram and at Gemma Nugget on TikTok. Till next time. Bye!